Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. The topic of the lecture is unemployment. Before studying the unemployment, types of the unemployment and nature of the unemployment, we study what is unemployment or who is unemployed. The unemployed is a person who is willing to work. Again, he is able to work. The person who is willing to work and able to work, and he has also made efforts to seek the job in the last 1 month period, and also he is registered with the government for the willingness of the job, but he doesn't get job. That person is called unemployed. Now we study the unemployment from the slide. Unemployed is a person who is willing and able to work. He has made an effort to seek work in the past 4 weeks, and he is registered as being willing to work, but he doesn't get the job. That person is called unemployed. Now, before going further, we study this hierarchy. The total population of a country is divided in 2 groups. The children that are under 16-year-old. In Pakistan, they are under 15-year-old. In UK and USA, they are under 16-year-old. And the other part of the population is adult population. The adult population is further divided in 2 parts. The one is labor force. That labor force is that part of the total population which is actively participating in the production process and willing to work and already working. In other words, we can define the labor force. Labor force is that proportion of the total population that is willing to work. And the other part of the adult population is non-labor force population. And some part of the adult population is non-labor force population. And the non-labor force population include students, retired persons, prisoners, mentally disabled persons, housewives, and discouraged workers who don't want to work, who are not willing to work. So these are the constituents of the non-labor force population. The labor force population is divided into 2 parts. The one is employed labor force and the other is unemployed labor force. The employed labor force is that part of the total labor force which is working, which is on the job, and unemployed labor force is that proportion of the total labor force which is actively seeking the job but they don't get the job. Actually, these are the unemployed person. Now, again, we define what is labor force, and we will learn it from slide. Labor force include people holding a job are registered as being willing and available for work. Thus, it consists the employed and unemployed adults. It means all the population of an economy is not the labor force. The labor force is that part of the economy, that part of the total population which is able willing to work and is working. Almost Pakistan has the population of about 220 million people, but the strength of the labor force in Pakistan is far less than this. In Pakistan, about 60 to 65 million people are the part of the labor force. It means only 65 million people want to work, and other part of the population is non-labor force population they don't want to work. Either they are pensioner, either they are students, etc., or housewives. And the total labor force has two parts, that is employed labor force and unemployed labor force. Employed labor force is that part of the labor force which is already working, and unemployed labor force is that part of the labor force which is unemployed. And we have already defined the unemployment, that unemployed person is a labor force participant without a job who is willing and able to work, has made an effort to seek work in the past 4 weeks, is registered as being willing to work, but he doesn't get job. The next step is how we measure the unemployment. The unemployment is measured as a proportion of the total labor force. That what proportion of the labor force is actively seeking the job but they don't get job. For example, some people don't get job due to structural reason, some don't get job due to fractional reason, some don't get job due to cyclical reason. But the person who is actively seeking the job but don't get job is unemployed person. We now focus on the formula of the unemployment rate. Because people move into and out of the labor force so often, unemployment is difficult to measure and interpret. The main measure of unemployment is unemployment rate, right? The person of labor force that is unemployed. The formula for the unemployment rate is unemployment rate U is equal to unemployed divided by total labor force. Total unemployed people divided by total labor force into 100. That is the unemployment rate. That's how we calculate the unemployment rate. That is unemployment rate U is equal to unemployed person divided by total labor force into 100% is equal to, we can also write it unemployed divided by totally unemployed plus employed into 100%, because labor force consists of unemployed and employed persons. So this is the basic formula for calculating the unemployment rate. Now we discuss the types of unemployment. The drawbacks of unemployment rate. That what are the shortcomings of the unemployment rate? The unemployment rate that we calculated, we studied, has some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Number one is discourage workers. There are some workers who are actively working in the labor force and they have the job, but they are strongly discouraged and they are not too much productive. Although they are actively working the job, but they are not productive. They are counted as an employed person, but practically their productivity is zero. Being employed, they are not contributing to the production process. So they are employed, they are not unemployed, but they are non-productive. And second one is dishonest worker. Some worker who don't want to do the job, and they are the part of unemployed workforce. They are getting the unemployment benefits from the government. Actually, they are pretending that they are unemployed. Basically, they don't want to do any job. Either they are doing job that is not reported, they are earning some money from that non-reported job, and also getting the unemployed allowance from the government. So the unemployment rate doesn't capture the dishonesty of that worker. That is its drawback. Beside these drawback, there is another concept that we use while interpreting the unemployment rate, that is the labor force participation rate. That what is the participation rate of the labor force, and that is calculated as total proportion of the adult population that is working as a labor force. Labor force participation rate, LFPR, is equal to total labor force divided by total adult population into 100. So as we already stated, in Pakistan that we have only about 60 to 65 million people in the labor force, while we have about 80% adult population in Pakistan. We have 80% adult population, and out of the 80% we have only 65 million people in the labor force. Now next is what are the different types of the unemployment. There are major three types of unemployment. Number one is fractional unemployment, number two is structural unemployment, and number three is cyclical unemployment. The fractional unemployment basically is a short-run unemployment that is due to the switching of the jobs of the peoples. People usually switch the job from one job to other job for the seeking of the better job, for seeking of the better remuneration, right? So they switch the job. During the switching process, they remain unemployed for a few days, for a few weeks, or for a few months. That type of unemployment is called fractional unemployment. And number two is structural unemployment. That is a long run unemployment, and this unemployment occur due to the technological advancement. Some skills become obsolete while technology changes, while technology advances, like the clerics, which were expert of the typing machine, become redundant when offices adopted the computerizations, right? So their services are no more useful or compatible with the current technologies, so they are redundant and they are unemployed. This type of unemployment is called structural unemployment. And number three is cyclical unemployment. The cyclical unemployment is also called seasonal unemployment. That is some people employed only in the season, and they are unemployment when their season is off, like the labor who is working in the fields, only employed in the time of harvesting, sowing and harvesting, and other than this period they are unemployed. This type of unemployment is called cyclical unemployment. Again, the unemployment that is due to business cycle is also called cyclical unemployment. While there is booming economic activities, people get employed or overemployed. While there is recessionary economic activities, people are unemployed. They are majority of their time period they are unemployed. So this type of unemployment is called cyclical unemployment. Now we discussed one by one these unemployments. Number one, a fractionally unemployed person is one who is temporarily unemployed between switching the jobs. He temporarily lay off, or because he quits previous job and is looking for a new one, and who moves into the labor market. Frictional unemployment occurs as unemployed workers and firms search for the best available worker job match. Of course, it's good for the economy that the labor search for the best match for him, so he can work productively, he can work efficiently in the best match job. Fractional unemployment is considered to be a good thing because allow workers to move into the new jobs that are more satisfying for both the workers and employers than a previous matching, and where workers will be more productive. The structural unemployed person is one who has lost a job because of his skills is no longer demanded due to change in the structure of the demand or because of technological advances. The structural unemployment is the result of skill mismatch. Example: typists, blacksmiths, lighters, chimney sweeps, etc. Now comes the cyclical or seasonal unemployment. A seasonally unemployed person is those who loses his job because of season, agricultural, tourist, school breaks are classical example of the seasonal unemployed person. Seasonally unemployment is the result of changes in the hiring pattern due to the time of the year. Seasonal unemployment is often included in fractional unemployment. Right, fractional and structural unemployment form search unemployment because it seeks time for the job candidate and the job vacancies to match. Now the next topic in the unemployment is what is natural rate of unemployment. When we say that full employment, it doesn't mean that 100% of the labor force is employed. It's mean that full employment mean that some proportion of the workforce that is not willing to work and remain unemployed because the 100% of the labor force cannot be employed. Some of the workers may not want to do the job, or they are switching the jobs for a time being. They are unemployed for a few days, for a few weeks, and these are the two types of unemployment that cannot become zero. So in the economy there is some unemployment that prevail every time, anytime. That type of unemployment is termed as natural rate of unemployment. Again, we can say that the natural rate of unemployment is also a full employment rate because we cannot finish the unemployment altogether because some of the people don't want to be employed and they don't want to do the jobs, so that part of the population or labor force remain unemployed. The natural rate of unemployment is the typical rate of unemployment that the economy normally experiences. The natural rate of unemployment that prevail in the economy every time, any time, is often thought of as a sum of fractional and structural unemployment. The natural rate of unemployment is considered as the level of full employment, sometimes called NERU, non-accelerating inflationary rate of unemployment. That is, natural rate of unemployment is full employment, and that is why that is called NERU. That at that unemployment rate, the inflation doesn't trigger. If government want to reduce this unemployment rate, if government want to reduce unemployment from the rate of natural rate of unemployment, so the inflation will be triggered. And as we know that there is a trade-off between the unemployment and inflation rate, if government want to reduce the natural rate of unemployment, the resultant will be the inflation. The natural rate of unemployment is about 5% in developed countries, and it is termed as full employment. The natural rate of unemployment corresponds to the equilibrium in the labor market. The equilibrium in the labor market means that total demand for labor is equal to total supply of labor. It means the person who want to get job, who want to be employed, is getting the job. That clear the labor market. But the unemployed person are those who don't willing to do the jobs. The natural rate of unemployment is the unemployment rate that exists when real GDP equals to potential GDP and GDP gap is 0. And the last one is the normal rate of unemployment around which the unemployment rate fluctuates is called natural rate of unemployment. Natural doesn't mean desirable. It means that it is unemployment that doesn't go away on its own. Government can reduce the natural rate of unemployment, but what will happen if government want to reduce the natural rate of unemployment? That will trigger the inflation, and we laterly study inshallah the nexus between the unemployment rate and the inflation. Allah Hafiz.